So what I'm saying is that let nobody fool you that insurance is for losers. It's for every single person. There is no business, no single business that is better than life insurance / finance.
Grady Polson here, family, First Life America. Beyond excited to have Serge Pani.
Yep, that's Serge Pani.
All right,
that's
Serge
correct.
Pani on here with us today. I remember meeting him 2 years ago, and he was coming over another company, and we went back and forth, and we put him in a great position now, and now he's rolling down the. I don't know. There's a Tanya Tucker song in there, and it probably wasn't Tanya Tucker, but there's a song in there about how well he's doing. But it's his relentless belief that everybody should have an IUL, and it's his belief of what these products will do for people. And I've seen his name on the leaderboard. You've seen his name on the leaderboard. If you've been looking at any leaderboards, and you go, what's this guy doing? What's he do? How does he do so much? And that's what's fun. And to him, it's normal. Right? That's it. Everybody's got a different normal, right? Some people's normal is 4% body fat. Some people's normal is 34% body fat. It is what it is, right? But yeah, we all can get closer to the levels we want to get to. But as we progress, I'm beyond excited to have him on here. He works with one of our top agency managers, Marissa Mazziotti. Been doing a tremendous job, just helped film the IUL boot camp with corporate. Spoke on stage last year. Looking forward to hearing him speak on stage this year. And help me out. What is your best production month you've had with FFL?
So the best production month, personally, I think it's about 150 to 70, somewhere there.
170?
Yeah, about there. Yeah.
What's your second best production month?
That was 125.
Just so we're clear. Yeah. Serge is a producer here. So guys, these are huge numbers. It doesn't come without work ethic. It doesn't come without sacrifice, but it also comes without really caring about the client. So Serge, I'm stoked to have you on here today. I love you to share for a little bit, some of your background, and then we can jump into some of the technical stuff.
Wonderful. Thanks, Grady. Thanks for having me on the call. It's an honor to be here, honestly. When I joined FFL, as a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you a bit about me. Some people feel like insurance is for losers. At least that's what it's saying in my community, right? That insurance is for losers. And I tell people that, hey, insurance is for people that want to go beyond the sky. Because believe me or not, I work in corporate. I have 2 masters in engineering. I have one in petroleum, one in chemical, and a minor in finance. And, and I came to understand that, hey, I was working hard. I've been to close to every country in the world, no, every continent, and I asked myself, hey, do I want to trade my time for money? Right. And the question was, I've seen all my CEOs taking private jets, flying all over the place, enjoying life. And I was working my behind off, like literally. And I had to ask myself the question, what does it take me to make $1 million, $2 million a year in my company? I had to go beyond my boss. I had to be like the GM of a big business unit. And what does it take to be there, man? It takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
So, and one person that's so dear to me invited me, to talk about insurance. I remember that I was in Egypt. I was working in Egypt for an assignment. I was there for 3 years. And, he told me, hey, I'm quitting my job to get into a business. I was like, okay, are you going to show me what you're doing? Because he was VP. He quit VP to get into insurance. So when I moved back, and I was like, hey, show me what you're talking about. And that is how I got my first IUL and I got my license. And really, I told him that 1 year before coming back, that when I get back to the US, show me what you're talking about. And I did it, boom, I got into the business. So what I'm saying is that let nobody fool you that insurance is for losers. It's for every single person. There is no business, no single business that is better than life insurance slash finance. We are financial professionals. So I don't call myself an insurance agent. I call myself a financial professional. We need to keep that in mind. We are financial professionals. So yeah, I became a financial professional in 2017, and I went full time 2020. I got full time 2020, and I joined FFL. I joined FFL 2021, and it's been the best decision I never made. Best I never made. Like literally, being part of this organization is the best thing that happened to me. See, I'm telling you, when I left my job, I was making $400K a year.
Wow.
That was my income, $400,000 a year. And I still get all the offers possible out there. But I said, this is what I want to do. So what is your why? You're going to ask me, why did I join insurance in the first place? What made me get into this business making $400,000 a year? Hey, think about it. You work too hard. I was literally sick. I had high blood pressure because of work. I was managing 25 engineers. When my refinery was going down, we were losing $10 million a day. Yeah. And guess who called me? GM. The GM or the CEO of the company, like, hey, dude, we're down for a whole week. What's going on? I was like, no, that's not for me anymore. I need to get out of this. I'm young, I can't be having high blood pressure. So I decided to get into this thing. My why was getting my time back, number one. Spending time with family, number two. And getting where I want to get financially, number three. And beyond all, helping people. Helping families. When I got to know this, when I got my first IUL, I got to tell you something. It took me 2 months to sign that paperwork after I got my IUL, after I was approved. I wanted to know the ins and out of the IUL, like literally the ins and out. I'm an analytical guy based on my engineering background. I had to analyze every number and understand every word. And it took me 2 months to sign that paperwork. And when I signed it, I said to myself, every single person needs to know what I know. And the only way you're going to succeed in this business and even the IUL business is if you believe in the product. Because I do mostly one market. I'm 100% one market, like no leads, one market, right? I want to get into leads sooner or later, but one market is the key to me. And believe it or not, when you do one market, you want to make sure that the people you're talking to believe in you. Number one, they believe in you. Number two, they can feel, they know you. They know when you're honest and they know when you're kind of just selling something. But if you believe in what you're doing, you believe in the product you're selling, guess what? They will naturally connect and they're going to take it. Because think about it. You're making somebody pay $3K a month, $4K a month in an IUL for the next 30 years. How do you do that? How do you do that?
Value.
How do you do it?
Big value.
Yeah. I'm going to give you a story. I'm telling you a story, sorry. There's this couple, the business owners, they just closed an IUL for $6,000 a year. And they were 3 weeks into the IUL from Transamerica. And I got to know them, and we sat down, and I explained to them the IUL, and they were like, dude, I never knew all this you're talking about. Like literally, it's like I never knew IUL. And they canceled the Transamerica IUL, which is, by the way, one of the worst IULs. You should never sell Transamerica ever. If you own a Transamerica IUL in this, sorry, I'm calling names. If you own any Transamerica IUL, they have extremely high cost of insurance and high fees. Dump it in the trash. I'm telling you this. You don't want to ever offer any Transamerica IUL. So they had a Transamerica IUL. They had one. And I said, hey, let's sit down. We shut it down. And they moved from a $6,000 IUL a year to a $50K IUL a year. So what made the difference? How come somebody they just closed them for $6K a year, and I succeeded to close them for $50K a year? So what I mean is that you have to know your craft.
Yeah.
You need to be passionate about what you're doing. And you need to know this stuff in and out. See, different when you sell leads. Leads, they don't know you. They come, they've seen social media stuff. They feel like they know the IUL. They feel like they don't want to know more than that. And they're going to put you $200, $100, $150, $200, or maybe $300 if you're lucky. That's what you get. But when you start going to the warm market, it's a total beast. It's unlimited income. So my story is really that, I jumped to insurance. I love insurance. I'm going to be insurance forever. Yeah, like literally, that's going to be my job till the Lord takes me away from this world. And I tell you, it's the best place to be. If you're on this call and you're doing insurance casually, man, you're missing out more than you think you're missing out. Because the sky's your limit. Sky's the limit. I'm serious. Yeah, great. So I hope I've answered your question. Over to you.
What a background. And my father was a certified financial planner for 30 years. And he was always a personal producer. And so when I joined FFL, I started as a personal producer, and he's like, hey, you should wait to build a team. And I was like, okay, he's my dad. And then Andrew, he goes, you should build a team, and he's my FFL dad. And I was like, okay, well, my FFL dad should tell me I should build. So I kind of started very dabbling. But one of the lines my dad always said, he said, engineers are the hardest people to sell ever, because they're so psychoanalytical. They want to know the ins and outs of every single, what's this percent and penny, and we're passive. Most passive people are like, I trust you sounds good. And so you're engineering brain. So what's a big testimonial, if anyone's catching this, is that if a man running seems like a significantly large company is an engineer making 400 grand a year plus, managing lots of people at a big company, bought an IUL, and then left his company to come sell IULs as an engineer, should give some elevation of credibility to what we do and the quality of these products. And I loved you sharing that. Thank you for sharing that so much. But as we evolve, I would love to hear so let's start with getting prospects, right? So your secret sauce is that you don't buy leads, and oh my God, the numbers you may put up if you bought leads too and found, just found the good ones, right? But what is your 1, 2, 3 steps you do to prospect in your warm market or extended warm market to find IUL clients?
That's a very good question, Brady. So when it comes to prospecting, and by the way, prospecting is the most important step in the warm market. I mean, I don't care if you know the IUL or you don't know the IUL. If you can prospect properly, then you can close any deal possible. Like literally any person, you can close any single person. Because guess what? If you don't know how to prospect, you can't even talk to someone in a presentation. Because prospecting is the first step. I prospect you, Grady. I sit down with you, and then I close the deal. That's a step there, right? So now, when it comes to prospecting, you always have to ask yourself the question. I want to show you something right now, and I'm gonna go into. I'm a man of faith, by the way, and I'm gonna use, what they call the you have this. In the Bible, they talk about the tabernacle. You have the holy place, the Holy of Holies, HH, right? You have the holy place, and you have the inner court, and then you have the outer court. So that was the tabernacle in the Bible, right? That's the outer court. So now, this is exactly how you have to think about your network, because when you want to do prospecting, you first of all have to think about your network. Who do you want to talk to? Do you want to talk to, some friends, family members, whatever? So your holy of holiest, which is that tight circle. Who are those people that are in that tight circle? Think about it. So we overrate. I'm telling you, this word warm market is overrated. People think, oh, warm market is like, see, you can go infinity, like literally infinity in the warm market, nonstop, deep, crazy, right? You can build your business off the warm market 100%. So now, before you start building your business, the warm market, you have to ask yourself the question: who belongs to the Holy of Holies, this close, tight circle. You write a name down, list. You have your list of names, and you need to write down on a piece of paper, by the way, people. Piece of paper. Don't say, oh, it's in my head. No, you need to visualize it, right? The first is then the next question you're going to ask yourself, who belongs to the holy place in your life? Is it now your cousins? I don't know. Who are those people that are close to you, but not very close to you that you can talk to? So these ones are what they call the low-hanging fruits, the holy place, right? The Holy of Holies. Now, then after that, you're going to ask yourself, who belongs to the inner court? You're not very cool. It can be colleagues. It can be whoever you want. And then the outer court is any person that you know out there that you want to talk to. It can be your dentist. It can be your doctor. It can be your lawyer. It can be, your finance guy. It can be your accountant. Accountants are the best people you want to bring in the business, by the way. If you have your accountant, you need to close them right now, like tomorrow, like today, as a matter of fact, right? So the outer court is anybody you can close that is not part of your circle. So I go to the airport, I close pilots, by the way. I go anywhere, I close anybody I want to close because they belong to my other court, and I've made it a like a responsibility that anywhere I go, I have to talk to one person.
Okay.
I flew back from Florida. I closed somebody on the plane. My direct neighbor. I have to close anybody I talk to, right? So sometimes I just close for practicing. I get it on Uber, I close you. Last time I was in Florida, I closed one guy. He had a whole life policy. I said, hey, we need to switch it. So this is the thing. So your outer court are the people that you can talk to, your pastors, people. If you go to church, close your pastors, bring them to the business, close every pastor you know. Like literally, I'm just telling you this. If you bring an elder or pastor from in your church, then you're gonna kill it, right? So now, the outer court is everybody. So you need to write those names on a piece of paper. The ones that see, my phone has about 1,600 people numbers. Now look at your phone. How many people do you have on your phone? How many people? Everybody can take your phone and look at it. How many people do you have on your phone? Those are your prospects. See, your network is a net wealth. If you don't make use of your network, guess what? Then you're not making use of your net wealth. You're not going to see, you need to make use of it. Who do you know that you can talk to? Who do you know? See, in life, you're here and there's always somebody below you. Those people below you are wishing and hoping they were where you are today. Those are the people you can close easily. Those are the people you can bring to the business. Those are the people that you can give them some good IULs. Now, the people above you, some of them are your mentors. Some of them are people you're looking up to. They will be open to hear from you. Hey, do your grand opening. My team, we do grand openings all the time. Every person that comes on my team, you have the grand opening. You have to do it. If a restaurant, if a hotel, if a business does a grand opening, I have a business. That's my business. That's your business. Why not do a grand opening for your business too? Hey, call your family member and say, hey, you know what? I just started this wonderful, beautiful, crazy, exciting business. I want to invite you. Hey, don't talk a lot. Don't tell them what you're doing. Hey, they say, hey, what is it? Don't worry. I don't want to pull the cat out of the bag. I want you to come and see what I'm doing and come with a lot of excitement. That is your grand opening there. You bring 20, 30 people on a Zoom. Don't get 20 to 30 is the max you want to bring on. And then your upline talks to them. If you don't want it, bring Grady on the call. Bring me on the call. Whoever you want to bring on the call, they're going to close those people for you. Now, there are two ways of closing deals in this company, or IULs. The first one is talking to your warm market. And we're going to talk about prospecting. I'm coming on the prospecting thing. And the second one is recruiting and closing IULs. If I bring Grady on my team, by default, I'm an IUL freak. I love IUL to the core. He's going to hear me talk about IUL every single day, and he's going to be like, man, I need this stuff. Boom, I'm going to close it for him. So those are the two ways you can do that, right? So either you bring people, you do the IULs, or you get the IULs without recruiting them. So those are two. Now, how do you prospect? And this is the biggest mistake. I learned the hard way. By the way, my first year in insurance, I made $12,000. So if you feel like you're messing up, dude, you need to be patient. This is not a get rich quick scheme. If you're in insurance to be rich overnight, you better quit it, because see, insurance takes patience. It takes endurance. It takes, continuity, and you need to be on the ball every single time. You cannot quit. So I'm telling you, I made 12K and I was traveling like little. I was going from one state to the other to talk to people. As a matter of fact, I was traveling to California twice a month for training. But twice a month, I did it for a couple of months.
From Houston, right?
I was in Amarillo in those days. Amarillo was even worse because I had to fly from Amarillo to Houston, from Houston to California. 6-hour flight, twice a month for training, not even for anything, for somebody to train me. And you're sitting on Zoom and they're training you, Grady is training everybody, and you're complaining? Are you kidding me? No. So how do you prospect? Now, the biggest mistake when people prospect, they talk about, they try to go deep into, the IUL business. No, don't prospect your family members, your friends talking about IUL. Prospecting is a simple thing. Hey, Grady, how are you doing? Let's say Grady is a friend of mine. We're very cool. And Grady does a 9-to-5 job. He has a job, 9 to 5. Say, hey, Grady, how you doing? Man, the market went down last time. Do you feel like I didn't love what I saw in my retirement account, and I feel like this stuff is not working for me. And Grady will be like, yeah, that's true, man. I lost money too. And then I'm gonna say, hey, you know what? I've been thinking deeply about this thing, and I feel like it's not working. And I sat down with a financial professional, don't say an insurance agent, a financial professional. And he really taught me something, that I don't lose money when the market goes down. I can take a loan from that without paying penalties, and it's a tax-free retirement account. And I'm so happy he helped me so much. I'm so happy with that. So guess what? If you want, I can hook you up with a guy. He can explain stuff to you, and it's up to you to do it or not to do it. In this case, I didn't talk about IUL. Do you think he's going to say no, Grady? Tell me, if it's you, are you going to say no? Oh, it's free.
Tell me more. Where do I find this thing?
Exactly. It's free. He's not going to charge you. It's free of charge, and that's it. That's simple prospecting. You don't need to, so we overdo it. Sometimes we overdo it. We feel like, hey, you know what? I need to go deep and start talking about IUL. No, you don't need to do that. It's a straightforward process. You don't need to talk about IUL. You don't even need to mention IUL, by the way. I'm going to tell you something. Go Google IUL. Have anybody ever done that? You're going to see mixed reviews. Why? Because most financial companies are losing a bunch of money to IULs. Billions of dollars. A lot of people are doing IULs now, no more 401k. Those guys are losing billions of dollars. So I want to believe that what they're doing is that they are paying, all these financial influencers on social media to bash IUL. But guess what? The insurance companies don't really care for that. I'm going to show you something right now, just for you to know that this product you are offering, as a matter of fact, if you're on this call, you don't have an IUL, you need to slap yourself in the face. You need to get one like tomorrow. I'm going to tell you this straight up. You need to slap yourself in the face because you're absolutely missing out. So check this out. I will show you something right now. I'll share my screen and show you something. So check this out. This book is called Money World Life Insurance. You need to buy this book. It's a quick read, 90 couple of pages, So check this out. How much does Bank of America, and this is when they just started it, by the way. How much does Bank of America have in IULs?
Holy, 19 billion.
And if you go to the FDIC website, it is 54 billion today.
Wow.
So whose money is it? Whose money is it? It's your money, people. So whether you want, if you don't do the IUL, they're going to do it for you. So do you want to do it for yourself or let those guys do it for you? Right? Look at this. You want to read this paragraph here.
It is not insignificant. I'm going to read it. Are you reading? I'm sorry.
Yes, please go ahead, Grady, please.
It is not insignificant that banks place billions of dollars in life insurance. It is a reflection of the value they place on this powerful asset. For banks, it provides the ultimate in safety, stability, and growth. More importantly, the FDIC allows this asset to be classified as Tier 1 capital, which is the safest capital a bank can have. Tier 1 capital is considered to be the core measure of a bank's financial strength. Bro.
Can you imagine?
Holy
Can you imagine?
God.
So
Guys,
it means that the more
this page,
the more money banks place in IULs, the better rating they have. So they have to dump a bunch of money in banks don't have money. It's your money, people. It's your money. You can buy the book. It's gonna blow your mind away. Seriously. So the more money banks put in life insurance, which is mostly IULs, not whole life policies, IULs, guess what? They have good ratings. It is considered, guess what? Safety is the safest capital, like literally the safest capital a bank can have. Now, look at this. I'll show you something else. Check this out. Do you know this? Look at this. Companies that own life insurance, every company owns life insurance. They give it to the CEOs, the VPs, the EVPs. It is called the executive bonus plan. That's what they give to those guys, and they give you the 401k. Why? Why would those companies give you the, I don't want to say crappy 401k, but why would they give you a 401k?
Tax deduction.
Tax deduction, that's it. So you're paying your taxes on your behalf. On your behalf. You are paying your taxes. They're going to get all the tax deductions possible. Look at this. GE, you all know, and this is just a handful, all the Fortune 500 companies in America give IUL to the executives. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy, right? So now, this is a bit of information about IUL, but if we go back to the prospecting, what I just want to say is that these are the small things you can put in your prospecting, but don't go deep into the IUL business. Now, one thing I don't talk a lot about IUL, I talk about the family banking strategy. Because the family banking strategy is a strategy, it's not a product. And if you Google the family banking strategy, it is the best. It has the best reviews ever. So what does it tell you? If the IUL is a family banking strategy, and the IUL, so those companies, they don't even know that family banking strategy is IUL. So they badge your IUL, but they don't badge your family banking strategy. It's just like now if you go do your review, guess what? FBS, family banking strategy, is the best. People have financial advisors. They're going to tell you, you know what? Don't do IUL. Hey, do your insurance, do a term policy, and then you're going to do it. Hey, the best company I use for IULs is North American. And a lot of people don't know North American here. They have the best, one of the best IULs in FFL. If you don't know North American, you need to learn how to put a policy in North American. Now, I'm going to tell you something. North American has an option where you can compare your IUL and a 401k with a client. You put a 401k, you put an IUL, and you run both. And they're going to tell you, hey, this is what you're going to get. Why North American, they don't have very high fees and they have very low cost of insurance. So North American is not a public company. Transamerica, Nationwide, they have very high fees and high cost of insurance in the IULs because guess what? They need to pay those overheads. They have a bunch of overheads. They're public. They have to satisfy the investors. So they don't sell Nikes, they don't sell shoes, they don't sell shirts, they sell insurance. So if they sell insurance, they have to make some money somewhere to pay those investors. The North American has been there for more than 140 years, and they have always been private. Because of that, they can lower the cost of insurance and fees, and the client doesn't see the effect down the road. So a very bad design IUL, because I've just read something out there. That's why I'm answering this question, Grady, by the way. So, because somebody asks, hey, why North American, right? And I'm going to say North American, right? Again, as I said, has low cost of insurance. Now, when you have a bad design IUL, you don't feel the pain when you're in your 40s or 50s. You start feeling the pain when you're in your 70s, 80s. So if you have a company that gives you a very crazy cost of insurance like Transamerica, by the time you're 70, 75, it starts eating up from your cash value. Yeah, your cash value just goes down the drain, and then boom, you run out of money. Straight up.
Yeah.
So you need to be very careful, people. If you don't know how to design a good IUL here, please stop and get with somebody to break that stuff down. Break it down. And by the way, and that's something I'm going to talk at the end. You know, I have a boot camp which we're going to talk about it later. But anyway, so that's it. That is so prospecting you. That's how you prospect your normal people, your close friends. Now, how do you prospect a business owner? Okay. I'm sure Grady, for example, knows a bunch of business owners, because when you go up in life, the more you're going to know people like you. That's it. That's life, right? I know a bunch of business owners. So how do I prospect a business owner? How do I make a business owner want to sit down with me? The first question you need to ask yourself, what are the issues business owners have? There are two issues. Taxes. We don't want to be paying taxes, man. I love to pay taxes, but I don't want to give all my money to Uncle Sam. Right? The second thing is that most small businesses and mid-sized businesses don't have retirement accounts. So most owners that own small businesses and mid-size, kind of below mid-size, they don't own retirement accounts. Why? Because if you give a 401k to the employees, if you own a 401k, you have to give a 401k to everybody. Right. Legally, you have to do it. So most of those guys don't have anything. So you can use that knowledge to sit down with them. Hey, by the way, let's say Grady was a business guy, and I'll say, hey, Grady, by the way, do you have how do you deal with taxes, Grady? And Grady will be like, oh man, this tax season is really, it sucks. I don't want to, man, my last year was crazy. I hate this time of the year. And I'll say, hey, I know, Grady, I was in the same situation, but guess what, Grady? I found there's this guy that helped me find a solution to my tax issues. So he literally reduced my taxes like crazy. You know, and now I'm really in a good position, right? And I've been able to use that money, you know, to even invest towards my retirement. And guess what? The retirement account I opened for me, you know, is not. I'm not obliged to do it for my employees. I can tell you that no business owner will say no to that. I mean, it doesn't hurt to sit down with somebody that wants to help you out. It's either you're going to say yes or no at the end of the day, right? So that is the easiest way. I mean, that's how I talk to every business owner. Like, it works to me. It works 100%. You know, 100%. But again, as I say, as you've seen, I didn't talk about IUL. I didn't talk about IUL. So the worst mistake you're going to make when you're prospecting is to talk about a product. Never. That's it. If you want to take this away, that's when you take away. Never talk about the product, ever. Don't even call the name of the product. And if you want to call the name, say Family Bank. And
the reason is, it's not to hide it or to be mischievous or to be sneaky. It's because you want to create curiosity to book the second meeting. If you're sitting at the park or on a plane, or you bump into them at a restaurant or a bar, your point is that they don't go, I got this IUL, I want to sell you. Instead of using a 401k, this is a great alternatives tax structure in order to save money for retirement. You don't have to get 401ks for your employees. You should get an IUL with me. No, it's, hey, absolutely, we're out to dinner right now. Good to see you again. Let's book a meeting. I love to tell you about this alternative tax strategy, some family banking type programs that we've come up with at our office. So, and then at the same standpoint, if you say IUL, they're going to go Google it. And now they're going to run in that 50-50 Google death pool of have good, have bad, and then they're going to you lose control, right?
Exactly.
What Serge is doing such a phenomenal job of is his whole presentation of the hooks is just, he's got hooks all over the place. That is brilliant prospecting. And it's actually easier to do because then you don't have the worrisomeness of them going, oh, so tell me more about that IUL. And you're like, I'm new. I don't know exactly what to say. I'll get you on here's a book. You know what I mean? Like, so like so if you rewind this back 45 seconds and just watch what he said over and over again, brilliant words.